Hey there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Food Experience. Today's food experience, I'm making beef enchiladas, cheese enchiladas, and some Mexican style rice. These aren't your regular enchiladas. These are kind of like a Tex Mex influence, which I really like because it has like a chili gravy instead of your typical enchilada sauce. And without further ado, forget all the talking and lead up. Let's just go ahead and get on to it. First step is to make the masa. I'm using 2 cups of maseca along with 1.5 cups of warm water. Mix that in. You want to keep mixing till it forms a soft dough. If it's too dry, you could add some more water. If it's too wet, you could add a little bit more masa. But these are the instructions written on the bag of maseca. That's looking pretty good. You could dump it out on a pastry board. After that, you should be able to manipulate it with your hands. It should feel a little moist, definitely not dry. And I'm looking to get 30 grams for each tortilla. So that's a little too much. There we go, 30.8, good enough. And then you want to take it and roll it in your hand. Use the palms of your hand and it should form a ball. There shouldn't be any cracks or anything like that. That way you know it's not too dry. And I'll do the rest off camera. With that, I was able to make enough masa balls for 17 tortillas. Over to the Uno Casa tortilla press. I have the 10-inch version. There we go, and I'll do the rest of them off camera. Making the enchilada sauce using the New Wave Titanium PIC, adding 3 tablespoons of neutral oil. Turning on the cooktop, I'll go to medium, and then probably 250 should be good. Start her up. Once the oil has reached temperature, add 3 tablespoons of flour and stir it aggressively. You want to make kind of a golden roux here. I'm going to turn it down a little bit. But you want to keep it going, make sure it does not burn. That's looking good. It's starting to turn brown. You just want to make sure all the flour is cooked. Next, add in the spice dump. I'll have a list in the ingredients of what I used in the measurements. Stir that in. Make sure everything is well combined. You really want those spices to activate. You'll start smelling them. Next, add in 2 cups of beef broth. You could add it gradually, kind of stir it in there and add some more. And you want to cook this down to the thickness that you desire. Bring it to a low boil. Right now it's very watery. Keep stirring it occasionally. I'm also adding in 3 teaspoons of tomato sauce. Okay, it's at a boil. I'll reduce the heat to 200. You want it to be kind of like a light simmer. Also, I want to add in a little pinch of oregano. I like to squeeze it between my fingers, kind of activates it. And as far as the ingredients go, we are finished. About 20 minutes has gone by and it's definitely thickening up a little bit. But since I need to also cook rice, make tortillas, cook the meat, it's going to hang out for a little while and I'm turning down the power. Thinking 150 degrees should be good. That way it's not really cooking, it's just holding warm. Over to the rice cooker. I have 2 cups of measured rice with the rice cup cooker cup, and I've rinsed it out 3 times to get rid of some of the starch. Using chicken broth, I'm adding in a few teaspoons of tomato sauce, and 4. Also adding in a spice dump. I'll have a list in the description of the measurements and what I used. Give that a bit of a whisk. Make sure everything is well combined. I've tried this before with different things, and it's my experience during cooking, you have to open it up and stir. Otherwise, you will get stuff burned onto the bottom. Hit the plane button, and away she goes. Over at the griddle, it's about 400 degrees, and let's go. Some of them tore a little bit, but lucky I made more than enough. Still trying to get used to this whole thing. Flip them over and start the next round. And that's it. That's all of them. Not sure if the camera is doing it justice, but getting some nice bubbles on these. And put them in the towel as well. Next up, Gary's Quick Steak. Putting down the entire pack. I won't be using the Wow seasoning for this. Instead, I'm using Kinder's Carne Asada. You'll see the meat starting to gray on the sides. As soon as it comes up about 3/4, then you could flip it. That's perfect right there. I think I'll add a little bit of oil. At this point, using the Kinder seasoning, should be good to start separating. And you just want this to cook through so there's no more red remaining. And I think we're good to go there. And that's looking great. See you guys back inside. For the enchiladas, I have a Pyrex baking tray. I'm going to put a little bit of sauce in there and spread it out. And what I think I'll do is brush the enchilada sauce on. Usually I dip the tortillas in there, but I find that it's like too much sauce. Put some meat in there, a little bit of Monterey Jack, and try to roll it up. Once it's rolled seam side down, there we go, a whole pan filled with the enchiladas. Put some additional cheese on top. And I have a couple more that I'm going to make cheese enchiladas. Carne asada, enchiladas, and the cheese enchiladas. Letting them go a few minutes in the broiler, then everything will be done. They've been in the broiler for about 5 minutes now. Oh yeah, that's looking good. And I'll remove the cheese enchiladas as well. That's what I'm looking at. They look so good. First, I'll plate up a few of them for my roommate. Wow, so super cheesy. Then some rice. Put a little cotija cheese on top. Time to make myself a plate. Get one of the cheese enchiladas for my plate. I'd say that's looking pretty good. The only other thing I want to do is add some of that cotija cheese and a little dollop of daisy. There we go. See you guys back at the table. Welcome back, everybody. Here I am with the enchiladas and the rice. Let me try the rice first. Looks so good. Oh, yeah. Such a flavor bomb. Oh, wow. It's so good. Let me try an enchilada here. Going for the beef. So dang good. And with the homemade tortillas, you could totally tell the difference. I taste the beef. I taste the cheese, the tortillas. Oh my gosh, that sauce I made It has a little bit of like a chili flavor, like a chili gravy. Mm, wow, so good. Let me try some of that cheese enchilada. Hmm. This dinner came out so good. Again, I want to give a big, huge thank you to Gary's Quick Steak for supplying the meat for this meal. That is so cool of you guys to send me those free coupons. As far as the ingredients and the amounts and the measurements and all that, I'll have that in the description of the video. Check it out. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video of beef and cheese enchiladas along with some Mexican style rice. Everything came out perfect. I'm so happy. And with that, I'm going to eat the rest in private. So I wish you all a stellar day. Be excellent. And most of all, remember me, I'm KJ Andio, your food experience host with the most. Y'all take care, and I'll see you next time.